Hello friends, we have understood two very important modules, decision-making techniques and loops in Python in previous two lectures. If you have not watched previous tutorials, please watch them first before you go ahead with this tutorial. Our lecture series on Python will be most helpful to you if you watch all the tutorials in sequence. In this tutorial, we will understand a very frequently used module during Python logic building, that is Python.Strings. Like many other popular programming languages, strings in Python are arrays of bytes used to hold collection of characters. However, Python does not have a character data type. Here, a single character is simply a string with a length 1. Now, let's understand how we initialize a string in Python and what are some common functions that we perform over strings. Let me initialize a variable with value, say, hi Python. If you want to access elements or characters of this string, you can use slicing operation. Many developers very frequently use slicing operation to extract parts of a string. Let's understand slicing operation. We can index elements of this string like this. From this exercise, you can understand that we can access elements of a string from either direction, forward or backward, depending upon the need. For example, first element of this string, capital H, can be accessed using index 0 going forward or using index 9 if we start backward. Let us extract capital H from forward direction. Let me initialize a variable. I have extracted capital H from forward direction using index 0, and if I check the value, so you can see we have extracted first element. Now just try it from backward direction. You know, index of capital H is -9 from backward direction. Similarly, you can extract exclamation symbol from either direction, whose index is 8 and -1 from forward and backward direction respectively. Let me put a print statement to check whether we have done it correctly or not. See, here we have extracted exclamation symbol from both directions. You can also extract a substring or a part of a string from a string using this index method. Let's separate out substring Python from this string. Here you can see that the index of first letter of substring Python, that is capital P, is 2 going forward, and index of last letter, that is N, is 7. Now let's separate out this substring. That's how you can slice a substring out of a full string. Here you shall notice that index of first letter of the required substring, which is written before colon in the square brackets, is same as the position of that letter in string index. But index of last letter, which is written after colon, is one more than its position in string index of full string. Now you have got an idea of string slicing. Let us understand one very important concept in string. Python strings are immutable, which means you cannot change the value of any Python string object once it is initialized. To make it clear, let's try to replace first character of this string with small h in place of capital H. If I run this code, it throws an error, which means Python string objects are immutable and their value cannot be changed. However, if you want to change a string object, you can always delete the previous string and reinitialize a new one with required value. Let us understand few operations that we commonly do on Python string objects. If you have two strings, say var underscore str1 with value say hello and var underscore str2 with value say welcome to Python strings. You can concatenate these two strings to make a new string like this. This is concatenation operation of two strings. Just to look it better, let me put a space here and try to run this code again. So here you can see that we have done concatenation operation here. If you want to repeat a string many a times, you can use multiplication operator like this. Here we have repeated string variable var underscore str2 twice using multiplication operator. If you want to check whether a particular character or a string lies in a string or not, you can perform it using membership operators, which we have discussed previously while understanding Python operators. Let's check if character W exists in var underscore str2 or not. Which gives true, that's right. But if you check for capital W in same string, it gives false, because if you see in this string variable var underscore str2, we are having small case w. Similarly, not only a character, but you can also check presence of a small string inside a larger string. Let's check if string come exists in var underscore str2 or not. which gives true because string come is there in string variable var underscore str2. If you want to check whether a string contains only lowercase or uppercase letters, Python have inbuilt functions for such requirements. Here you can see that variable var underscore str2 is having all lowercase characters. Let's validate it. Similarly, there are other operations like isDigit to check if a string contains only numbers, isAlpha to check if a string contains only alphabets, isLnum to check presence of alphanumeric characters in a string. You can also change case style of a string. Let's convert this string var underscore str2, which is a lowercase string, into an uppercase string. You can also find length of a string or number of characters present in a string, including all special characters and white spaces. We use len function for this. If I check length of a string held by variable var str2, it gives me 25, which is how many characters are present in a string, including white spaces and special characters. If you count number of characters present in this string, these will be 25. Well, hope this tutorial will give you an idea of Python strings and various operations we can perform on them using built-in functions. In the next tutorial, we will understand the most important Python data structure, Python lists. So stay connected and do not miss our tutorial on Python lists because Python list is the very frequently used module in Python. If you find this content useful, please do not forget to like and share this content with your friends and colleagues. If you want to get a notification of our new tutorial at the earliest, then please do not forget to subscribe our channel.